Hey there, my friend and fellow trader. It's Will here over at the XAUUSD.com. First, a big welcome to today's video. It is my first weekly performance recap video of 2021, and it was a fantastic trading week. And in this video, we're going to go over the results for the week, the trades we took, and the reasons behind each trade that we placed. Okay, so before we actually get into the video, if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed yet, simply hit the subscribe button now. Okay, so I'm going to hide my face, and this week it was a nice and smooth trading week. Things were quiet coming up to the election, President Biden getting sworn in on Wednesday, and we had 8 trades trigger from then. The first trade that triggered was the Swiss franc JPY, and if we just look at the actual results for the week, just going to zoom out here. So the 18th, you can see every trade that we took profited. If we had left it running a little bit longer on Friday, we would have got a lot more pips. But personally, I'd closed everything out on Friday morning in Asia here, and I just switched off for the day. I know a few clients did get a lot more, but I was happy with the profits on Monday morning. Okay, so that was the trades there that we took. And if we head over to the website, we'll just check the tracked accounts. So you can see we actually did profit here. Okay, so we'll head over to my FX book. Okay, so you can see the tracked account. One of them was up 1.82% this week. Okay, we did have more deposits put in this week, so we'll do more, up 4.6 for the month in this account. Okay, we have 3 other accounts here now, 2 of which are clients accounts. We're using the copy service, and we'll just check them all, see how they all done. Okay. Okay, you can see this account made 4% this week. Very nice. 4%. And you can see it's running very smoothly, and from when it started in September. Okay, a nice equity curve going up to the upside there. Another one here, similar story. Okay, this one made 3.5% this week. Okay, the percentage difference you can see in these accounts is people's preference with trade size. That is all. Okay, this one. Okay, you can see a nice equity rise on this also since it started in August, going very nicely. Okay, and you can see profit in every month since the inception on this account here. And the new one that was started last week. Okay, this is a larger account. Okay, this is started off with 85,000, and you can see we're already up $1,500 in this account. Okay, 1.79 for the month, 1.5 last week. Okay, so as you see, there's 4 tracked accounts. You can head over to the website fxaceprosignals.com, scroll down, and you'll be able to track the live accounts here. Okay, so it's all in black and white. It's all certified by my FX book. You can see our stats, and you can track our live accounts in real time. Okay, so let's head over to the actual trades that got executed. And the first one we're going to look at is the USD CAD. It's the first one on the list. This one, we could have got a lot more on this. Again, I've held it on Friday, but I was happy with closing out on Friday morning, again with the profits I had across all their trades. Okay, so The reason behind this trade here is basically, if you look at the monthly charts, we are approaching this monthly area here. Okay, monthly leg start. Okay, and if you look just before this area, okay, we're looking at this nice weekly area here that's holding currently, and another weekly area before that monthly area. Okay, so this weekly area is holding at the minute, and this is why I'm expecting. This is why I was trading this position. Okay, the market's slowing down. Last week we got a divergence signal. What I was expecting was the market to drop down again this week to around 126,500, which happened, and sorry, 126,400 was our actual trigger in this, which is what happened, and the market took off to the upside. Okay, so that was a good trade. It actually triggered on, I think it was Friday, Thursday evening. It triggered. I came right down, was against this for a little bit, and then just took off, and was turned into a nice profitable trade, which was good. Everything made sense in that trade. We're at a weekly buying area. The market's slowing down, as you can see here. Price action clearly telling us that coming into a higher time frame area of buying interest. The market is slowing down, preparing for a move to the upside. That's exactly what happened. So we don't want to be selling this trade down there. We want to be buying it. The next trade was a great trade. We could have got a lot more on this, and that was on the EURAUD. Okay, EURAUD, yeah, absolutely, it was probably the trade of the week. Okay, actually went nearly 200 pips from our entry. We'll zoom out. Okay, we're at this weekly area here. Weekly support area in around these zones here. If we head out to the monthly, you'll see that a lot clearly also. Okay, it's kind of at this area here that caused this move up here last year, and coming down to touch it, we're looking for a possible area of price actions closing down. Okay, this wasn't the case on the daily chart. What had actually happened was we had this daily trend line last week that was broken. So I was expecting it to pop back down, test the area that broke the trend line, which was here in the 4-hour charts, and then take off. So I was just expecting the area that caused this small rally up last week, come down, test there, and take off, which is exactly what happened. It played out as expected, and this is likely to continue up higher. Okay, up to maybe this selling area here, or all the way up to the top of this previous range that was holding. Then we had this huge spike out in March last year, and then it came all the way back down. So that trade again played out as expected, and likely more upside for that Euro-Aussie pair. So we'd look to possibly buy this on retracements. Next trade was British pound Swiss franc. Okay, very basic trade this. Okay, if we look at the monthly, we're in this kind of small range on the monthly. Okay, every time it comes up to this 121 600 area, it kind of drops back down. You can see it more clearly on the weekly charts. So I'm basically very simple trade. Every time it comes up here, I'm selling this position. Okay, exactly what happened last week. I was looking to enter this at 121 600. Came up, it spiked a little bit higher actually, and nearly hit 122, and then dropped all the way back down on Friday. Okay, so excellent trade there. And you can actually see a divergence signal that would have triggered a manual entry there. Like we were in at 121,600, so a great position on that. Very basic setup. Next one was the Aussie USD. Okay, again, we could have got a few more pips on this had I held out to Friday evening. Again, it wasn't too fussed. I was happy. We had a weekend getaway here in EURAUD in Bali, so I was keen to get out here on Friday. Okay, so again, if we look at this Aussie pair, had very strong moves to the upside since March last year, since this new low buy area was created, the way up 163. We're kind of running into a wall at this monthly area here, which is actually the leg start of this move down on the monthly charts, okay, which we're coming into now. What it's actually doing is it's just reacting at these weekly areas, small weekly areas that were created at the start of this move. Okay, so this is the reason I'm trading these. And this is the area it's reacting at the minute. Okay, so what I was expecting to happen last week was, you can see the markets come back up into this area and it's just started to move sideways. Okay, so I was just wanting the market to come back up into this area here. Okay, just these highs here, just before it. Okay, these closes, and then just enter the market. Okay, so it was just explain that a little bit more. Okay, I was just expecting, you can see the market starting to move sideways here and starting to close. These candles are closing, opening and closing at this level. Okay, they're not going anywhere above it. Okay, they're touching this level here around 78. Okay, so I was looking to enter this just before it, 0.77.7. Okay, and then sell a trade to the downside, which is what happened. Okay, rallied up more or less 8 pips. It didn't really, as soon as it got triggered, it just went our way, which was perfect. And you can see it dropped nearly 70 pips. We got around 30 pips on it, so we could have held out a little bit longer. Again, it was Friday, and I wasn't wanting to stay at the charts all day, considering we had made good profit for the week already. Next one was Aussie Swiss franc, okay, which was another great trade. Okay, the Aussie was, considering what had been happening before Christmas, the Aussie dollar has been very nice this week for once, so thank you. We'll have a look at the Aussie Swiss franc here. Okay, so again, I'm just playing this area here till this breaks, where we are now on the Aussie Swiss franc. Okay, this was the old low. Okay, this was the breakout zone from last year. It was the old all-time lows, I think, all-time lows last year. So it's just made its way back up to that area where it broke out of, and it started to slow down there. We have this monthly area that caused this huge drop down last March, and the market's up at the top of this level. So basically what I was expecting last week, we had this initial drop down. I was just wanting the market to come back up into this area and then sell off again. Okay, so that's exactly what happened. Okay, we had the break of this trend line last week here, and I wanted the market to come back up, test the area that broke the trend line, and move back down. Okay, it played out as expected. If you look at the 4-hour charts, okay, moved up and then dropped all the way back down. Okay, which was excellent. This actually took out these lows, so we could see a further drop here, a rally up, and then a move back down. Okay, maybe to grab this. It was continuing to go to the upside, grab some liquidity around the 160 or 166,700 level on the weekly charts, and then move to the upside. Okay, time will tell. So another nice trade that played as expected. Next one was Kiwi Swiss franc. I think this is a mirror image of the Aussie Swiss franc trade, more or less. Okay, we're at this monthly area here. Okay, we had the swing low, swing high, then this huge swing low down here, this huge move down. This is the actual origin of this move on the monthly chart, and we're at that area now. You can see, even on the monthly chart, you can see the price is slowing down at this area. Okay, we have a small, you can see it here, small weekly area at the start of this monthly. Okay, hence the reason I'm looking to enter this trade. If we look at the daily charts, the market is starting to move sideways here. Okay, we had this last push up into that weekly area before Christmas, and last week before, start of the year. So again, what I was expecting this week, we had this move down last Friday. I was just expecting the market to come back up into this area after pushing down, creating this new low, come back up into this area, trigger our trade, and then start to move back down. It's exactly how it played out, and great. So the market had made the new low here. And then started to move back down. So great trade on the Kiwi Swiss franc. Again, I expect this to continue down. Okay, what's likely to happen now is a new low. Daily charts likely to move all the way back down to here. Okay, for a longer term downside, if that's going to happen, we really need to take out this level here, because what we're kind of entering into now is a period of distribution after this huge rally up. Okay, the market is starting to move sideways, but it still can pop higher, and it's not going to pop any lower till kind of this area gets this line at 62,500 gets taken out. Key area for a possible buyback in longer term would be at this lower level down here that actually caused this high up to take out these highs here. Okay, this area here was the area that took out the previous highs in this move up. Okay, so that would be nice to see. Again, I wouldn't be looking to buy this until this starts to break down here. Short-term day trading, you'd want to be buying down the bottoms, the strong resistance down here until this is broken. Okay, expect this to move down. If it starts to create a new resistance here again, start to rally up, we could see more upside on this pair to higher monthly targets up here. Again, these levels are valid till they're taken out. Okay, so the market would have to take this out. Okay, go above this a good bit, good number of pips, maybe 100, 150 pips above this area, maybe drop back down, but have to go above this to invalidate this level. Okay, this level is currently holding, so I'm currently only looking to sell based on the higher time frame charts, the Kiwi Swiss franc. Okay, next trade. Okay, Swiss franc Japanese yen. This was a trade that I think it actually opened on Tuesday and we closed Thursday. Okay, I texted in the group to close on Thursday, which was actually a good decision. I actually give away all our, if we had held on, it would have given away all our profits. Okay, again, the reason I'm playing this level, you can see monthly area here. Every time it's for a long time now, since 2016, this level has been holding. We're kind of stuck in a range on the monthly charts, 117 area. Okay, every time it comes up here till this level gets taken out, I'm selling this area. I'll sell it again next week, but you can see that this was a trade we actually took on Monday. and weren't thinking of it. Okay. And we closed out with a profit down here. The last 2 days of the week, it was actually Wednesday evening, we closed out with around 80 pips profit. And you can see Wednesday and Friday it came back up, but we are at the top of this level. We could be getting ready for a breakout finally of this 117 area. We will see. This is starting to move sideways. Period of distribution, maybe before it comes back down. Okay, so again, I'll likely be selling this again next week until this gets invalidated in the market. One of these weekly candles can close above these highs here. Okay, time will tell. We'll see what happens there. But it was a great trade, basically in and out on that pretty early last week. And last but not least was the CAD Swiss franc. Okay, which is not on our thing there. Okay. Again, it's just a small range down here that I'm trading. This was like a short-term trade. I was trading this range on the weekly charts. Okay, that's see for a long time now. It's been holding more or less since March last year. Okay, so I was just expecting this to come up to these areas last week at around about 7,200. 7,300 was our trigger, which has happened. You can see it flew up on Wednesday, triggered, and then Thursday, Friday it dropped heavily. Okay, so that was a very basic trade for me. Just this range bound. Okay, I'll trade these range bounds all day long till they break. Okay, so that was the setups for last week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I didn't speak too fast. Hope you learned something. If you want to access our premium Forex signal or copy service, simply click the link below. If you have any questions, let me know at will@xaus.com. As always, leave your comments, like and share, and I shall see you on the next video. Have a fantastic weekend and happy trading.